it's Mo Finesse back with a factual opinion. Now, what I want to discuss is whether or not you should forgive or don't forgive your significant other. Now, I've came across a lot of individuals that said one time that a person has committed an error with them in their commitment, that's the last chance that they get. That there's no more chances that a person can have when it comes to a relationship. Because a person wants to alleviate the chances or the possibility of that person committing the same error or any more error that will cause them to feel discomfort. I will always have conversations with different individuals that, people that convey that, that's their ideology of how, that's how they're going to conduct themselves when it comes to having a relationship. I would tell them, sometimes it's individuals out here that they need to mess up in order for them to do things right. Now, when I say that, I mean, I'm talking about people who never had anybody to actually really believe in them, never had anybody to desire them to the extent that they would actually suffer or feel some type of pain. Those people, I think, are used to being thrown away or possibly been alone all their life, and sometimes it takes that one person who's willing to go through the fire with them in order for them to start to make a commitment, start to work towards a change, not only for that person, but a change within themselves. Because sometimes a lot of things that individuals do, it has nothing to do with how they feel about a specific person. It's about a lot of different things that's within them. It might be mentally, it might be something that may have transpired in their past, with their upbringing as a child or whatever, that has caused some type of morbid adverse result when it comes to how they think psychologically. And unfortunately, that ends up being detrimental for the people that they actually deal with, or the people that actually loves them or seeks them for an intimate relationship. I've seen people who has went through things and with people that was constantly betraying them, constantly deceiving them. And, somewhere either the person brought it up within themselves to change because they didn't want to see that other person hurting or suffering no more from their actions, or it took that person to walk away from them and walk away from the situation and be adamant about never returning for that person to be like, oh, okay, this is who I want, this is what I want, and maybe it's worth working for that. Especially if they have went out there and they have surveyed all their options afterwards. A lot of people, they'll be like, okay, I could go get another one. I could go get another person just like them. I have 20, 30 people that's constantly trying to get with me. And, they end up unfortunately finding out that, or fortunately finding out that them people that they're constantly having pursuing them are not the best fit, is not the best options for them. And that the person that was suitable for them is the person that they had hurt the most, the person that they have caused to, leave them. So they end up seeking that person, and they seek that person with a new mind state, a new change of heart. And when that person accepts them back, I've seen that many a times that person has, got their true love within the same person who was hurting them. Now, it is an adverse side of this type of story, which enables me to understand why you have some people that's just adamant about not forgiving anybody who hurts them, and a lot of these individuals is because they was the type of person that would actually forgive people, and they have forgave people numerous of times to never see any change. Change was just futile. So they become They build up a wall to where they're more stringent on, what they will accept and what they won't accept from other individuals, especially when it pertains to a relationship, an intimate relationship, or whatever you want to call it. You can forgive, and you can forgive, and you can forgive a person. You can forgive them forever. But, just listen, keyword forever, because the person will never change. The person is, a lot of people, they would abuse the fact that you're forgiving them. They will take your kindness for weakness, and they will feel like they can do whatever they can to you because, there will be no end. There will be no disciplinary action, or there will be no way that you would ever turn an eye towards them to look somewhere else. And, if they keep this mind state, this perception of you, then it's going to persist constantly. You'll keep forgiving them. You'll keep forgiving them. You'll keep forgiving them. And they'll keep doing the same thing because they're using you. They're using you. And, like a lot of people will ask a person, like, why would you keep me around for this long? And you actually really didn't want me. If you wasn't really serious about, doing the things that you claim to want to do for me, or serious about this relationship, or taking this relationship seriously, then why would you even still want to be with me when you could have just dealt with the people that you was more interested in dealing with? And that person will say, I do want you. I do. I love you. I really care about you. And they will recycle the same things over and over because they know that this is the formula that's necessary to keep you in that commitment with them. Even though they're not committed, you are committed. So that's the issue. Now, so I think it's up to the person individually. It's up to everybody's own circumstances, because you have other people that looks at other people's circumstances and they say, okay, I never forgive, just because with that person they kept forgiving with the person they was dealing with and nothing changed. That is not the same story for you and the person you're dealing with. That person is not that person that the individual that you're looking at was dealing with. So you have to play the situation by, your experience, what you're dealing with. You understand? And you got to see where it goes. But also, I think everybody should set a limit. It should be a limit to how far you're willing to go. I tell people many times, don't be so quick to turn people away, because sometimes you have to go through hell to get to heaven. And, I use that term. I use that terminology as in to say, like, now you've seen, especially in the black community, you'll see a man and a woman be together and it's just so much chaos. They're constantly having discourses about everything from menial things to major things. And, they eventually break up. But then both of them go their separate ways and they meet two different individuals. And in meeting them two different individuals, those people go through the same things, or some of the same things that the people was going through with the individuals that was prior to them. And it's like y'all could be together so long and y'all could keep clashing, but the whole time that y'all are clashing, y'all are learning each other. Y'all are learning each other, and not only learning each other, when y'all keep forgiving each other and keep, saying, okay, let's try again, let's try again, let's try again. Each time, both of y'all mind states are rebooting. It's rebooting, and y'all are improving each other. And then somewhere, it always be one situation that enables you to just break apart. But the thing about it is, when y'all break apart and y'all go y'all separate ways, y'all going y'all separate ways with improvements that was created by the person prior to this new person. So it's like they go to a newer person, and that newer person gets a better person than the individual who had them first. And then my thing will always be, why don't you stay to keep working on that situation with that same person to eventually, end up having a perfect relationship? Now, these two people go their separate ways and they have a perfect relationship with two people that haven't even had the history with them that the people before prior had with them. And the thing about it, with them having kids or whatever together, they could have stayed together and had the best relationship in this world, and their children, gets the opportunity to grow with their mother and their father in love. A lot of people say it's bad for the children see chaos or whatever. But then sometimes I think, what if it's a chance that if the children did see that y'all was at discourse, but y'all grow to work through it, showing them change as well, where, you try to be in another room, you try not to yell so loud so your children don't hear it. But, children hear things. My parents tried to do that, and I heard things. I heard it constantly, especially we was nosy. We would sit by the door. But when the things, cease to exist, and they see like, oh, dang, okay, they ain't fought in a long time. Wow, they're doing this. Why are they doing this? I think it can build a child up to know that sometimes, it's hard. But when you have a family, you have a lot of things invested in a relationship, a longevity within that relationship, it is the best to try to work it out as much as possible. So forgive or don't forget. I mean, that's my factual opinion about that topic. Want y'all let me know what you think about whether or not you should forgive or don't forgive when it comes to being betrayed in a relationship. Again, this your man's Mo Finesse with a factual opinions. Check out SoundCloud. Type in Mo Finesse. Download or look up the free of charge mixtape. Listen to it. Listen to the miscellaneous music and give me some positive feedback or some negative feedback. Both of it is going to end up being positive to me. I love constructive criticism as long as it's not ignorant. Even if it's ignorant, I appreciate it. I love it. Thank you. And to the next time, one.